Hello friends, this is part 3 of a multi-part series where we will be setting up an SSH server for remote access and mining software. Let's get started with installing OpenSSH. Before installing new software, it's always a good idea to run sudo apt-get update to ensure we're always installing the newest software packages and all of the dependencies. To install OpenSSH, we use this command, sudo apt-get install OpenSSH-server. When the install completes, we need to edit the configuration file. I like to use the Nano text editor, and because in part 1 we freshly installed new firmware, I'll need to install Nano by using the command sudo apt-get install nano. Now that Nano is installed, we can use this command to configure the OpenSSH server configuration file. Sudo nano/etc/ssh/sshd_config. The next thing we'll want to do is set the maximum number of tries to log in. I'm using Ctrl-W to search for max auth tries, and I can't find it, so I'm adding it to the bottom of the file and setting the maximum number of tries to 3. This next step is not necessary, but it does help with security, and that is specifying which users are allowed to log in over SSH with the Allow Users flag. List the names of the users that are allowed to log in here. Use Ctrl-X to exit and save the changes. For the changes to take effect, we'll need to restart the SSH server by using the following command, sudo service ssh restart. Let's test to see if everything is working. I'm going to use my favorite SSH client program called Termius on my iPad. I'll add a new entry, set the IP address of my VIM2, and add the username. After saving the new entry, I tap to log into the SSH server. Back on the VIM2, we can use the who command to see the users that are currently logged in. Here we can see a remote user as denoted by the IP address. If I close the connection on my iPad and check the list of users again, we'll find that my remote session is no longer active. Next, let's install the mining software. I originally got this idea from Nova Spirit, who used a similar method to set up mining software on a Raspberry Pi. I strongly recommend checking out his videos and using his website for the next steps. First, we'll want to grab the list of required software to build and run the M7M CPU mining software. Paste this into the console and wait a few minutes until everything installs. Next, we'll need to clone the Wolf M7M CPU miner from GitHub using the git clone command. After the clone has finished, run the auto generation script by typing /autogen.sh. Then set the C flag. These are the flags the compiler uses to help build the program and configure the software so that it can run as efficiently as possible. Notice that the VIM2 does not have Neon support, so we must omit this option from the C flag. After the configuration script completes, use the make-j4 command to compile the software, and that's it. Now it's time for some mining. Check the help file of the mining community you partner with to understand the URL format and to communicate with their mining servers. Enter the command here to begin mining. I'm able to achieve about 16 kilohash a second with my VIM2 compared to about 6 kilohash with my Raspberry Pi. That concludes this series. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and use the comments to let me know what you'd like to see in my next video.